Hello people and welcome back to News Review. Alright, so this time let's start off with the sneak peek that's been talked about for a good while. The new black card. It is Dark Elf, but no one really knows more than that for now, but although one of the new free-to-play cards might hint at it, and I'll talk about it later. Something to do with Pandora's box. Some negative effects along with positives is probably what it's going to contain, but I don't know. Nobody knows. The card hasn't been released yet apart from its full artwork. And, I mean, as you can tell, it's very obviously dark, and elf is just because I don't know if there's official information, but it's basically elf's turn for black cards, so that's why it's dark elf. But for the actual news this week, all the Three Kingdoms cards have been PR'd. So there have been a few additions to the team skills of the armies. Red Army has an extra team skill of ignoring sticky runestones. The Green Army has an additional team skill of launching extra attacks. And the Blue Army has stat boosts of 1.3 times for their members. And well, I'm just going to talk about that for now. Ignoring sticky is good, but Cao is still not good, even with this addition. Like, they should have added some. Well, the biggest problem is that he destroys his own board, so having a few, like, having some runestones have the effect of others, for example, for his recovery or for his attack would be good. Mostly recovery, because his attack is, well, all of the cards have been PR, their attack isn't the problem here. It's like either their recovery or their HP. For Cao, yeah, sometimes it's hard to recover, so that would have been good. And for the Green Army, just like, no. As I said before, you don't need extra attack. No one needs extra attack in this day and age. You need HP and you need recovery. So let's start with Sun Tzu, who I have placed very highly on this tier list right here. His leader skill. Let me just stretch this out a little bit. Alright. Yeah, his leader skill is, well, you add 2 seconds movement time. Pretty much a standard nowadays, and again, keeps the original spirit of running a water human team. You have a higher attack multiplier and HP and recovery times 1.3. So we've seen this before. HP and recovery times 1.3 on both sides means times 1.69, and you can get up to like 40k health with this, which is pretty good, considering that, well, he isn't the 1% jackpot. He retains the one set of runestones equals 3 combos with the additional combos and even more attack runestones, and keeping the buff that heart runestones can be dissolved by aligning 2 of them as well. And for his active, it is also improved. It's now more of a variety instead of just giving himself more attack. You can explode all weathered and electric runestones, which means that pretty good. In cracking some shields, turn water runestones into enchanted water human runestones. If you have like locked runestones, that could be good, but it's normally just an extra attack boost. And just a normal time tunnel without any additional seconds added. I feel like this third point is kind of redundant because you have Matthew who can do the same thing, Dreamer Matthew, in his PR'd form especially. Like, you don't, that might cause a conflict, but I think point 1 and point 4 still is like really good, just in offering a good variety of skills in its active. So that's not it. These photos are all over the place. I apologize on behalf of Madhead. Other moonstones also possess 50% of water. I believe it used to be less. I think 30. And yes, you have the Blue Army skill, team skill, and extra attack as well. So from all of that, like Swince's stats are solid. You can get up to like 40k HP with his extra combos. Recovery is no problem. He himself has some good tools and is active. And as everyone probably knows, the Water Human box is absolutely insane. The last Water Human leader, I think, was from, can't think, it was from Spider X Magician, I think. Yeah, but I personally found that leader. I can't remember her name. I personally found. I'm gonna put it up on screen right now. But I personally found her really hard to play because you would convert the board like as you spun, and that would mess me up quite a lot. And I feel like Swince will become, if not the new water leader, like the new top tier water leader, one of the top tier water leaders, because water is really weak, and I keep saying that Atlantis needs to have a PR so that he can save, water as like an attribute. Water teams in general. I mean, the other one is like Abraham, but Abraham is so long ago, like, and universal water team. But in terms of water humans, yeah, I feel like Swinzo will be good to be a top tier and good to stay there for a while, and which is why I put him in between in between 50 and 175 diamonds, because even though he's worth 50 diamonds like in game, I feel like he's top tier enough to be valued at that point. Next, I'm gonna skip the leader skill of Sun Quan and team skill because it's with Da Qiao and Xiao Qiao, like the Qiao sisters. Like, no, all of that is trash. I'm sorry, but yeah, the active is basically unchanged. You have this fifth point, that's an additional point. If the team consists of only water and light monsters, each monster launches an extra light attack and an extra water attack. And Sun Quan is simply pretty bad right now because water light teams, I don't think have been a thing since Yu Yu Hakusho. Yeah, I think. God, I can't remember names for the life of me. I'll put them up right here, again. But since that leader, I don't remember if there have been any water-like teams. So there's gonna be like something needs to happen, like Honda PR or something for water-like teams to bring it back. Once again, Chow Sisters, I put them in the trash tier even here because although it's CD3, it destroys the board massively. Turn 10 non-water and non-light resistance into 5 water enchanted human and light enchanted human. Like, that's a third of the board, and not even, because you don't want to have two, like, you're basically destroying a third of the board that's not already water and light moonstone, so you just end up with both of these, and then it'll possibly like convert away your heart moonstones we need it cover. It'll convert away some moonstones when you need it like solve like quintet or even like tricolor heals. It's just a bad time, in my opinion. Next up, the Rebel Army. I think there's a team. Nope, that's not the team skill. There is a team skill though, and I think it might be built into Jurong's as a leader. So let's go over that first. Leader skill. Jurong I mean, still is 1% jackpot, but he was never like good as a leader, and I still don't think she's good now because, Rainbow Human, the top tier spot is currently Crotlow because just of the versatility of his, well, the series in itself, but also the unique mechanic of reducing damage up to like, I think like 70 something % by just dissolving Moonstones. Sometimes it can be a bit hard, but yeah, I feel like he's still better than Jerome, but let's go over that now. Team attack times 3.5. Fire Moonstones also possess 50 effect of other Moonstones, which is where the rainbow part comes in. You rely on Fire Moonstones a lot, and you do have that stat boost of 1.69, which is why she's not totally terrible now, but I still wouldn't. I mean, this is probably like tier 2, not top tier, in my opinion. And let's take a look at the team skill as well. By dissolving fire resistance in the first batch, yeah, you destroy the board slightly. Light and dark moonstones are first to be converted, and although 6 moonstones is relatively little, sometimes you have quintet shields where you want to sometimes keep them, but you have to dissolve fire moonstones to attack, so that can be a bad thing. Some synergy with Menghua, and I think these two are the only ones on the Rebel army, if I'm not mistaken. And damage of Rebel army members will be dealt regardless of defense. This is okay, but yeah. I mean, there are plenty of like not fire, human cards that can ignore defense, or even like fire human cards that can ignore the enemy's defense. So that's not particularly special. For the active, you have a new force point system. It works. I mean, I assume it works like EP. So, you can hover over the character to see how many force points she has. So she gives herself an attack boost to the max times 10, and you convert moonstones into enchanted human moonstones. You can convert the whole board if you want at maximum, and when you have 10 or more force points, then you can ignore puzzle shield and enemy's defense. So this is where I said the team skill was kind of redundant, and why Zhurong is actually like pretty okay as a member if in some certain situations after her PR, because ignoring puzzle shields, I think if I'm missing a card out, I apologize, but I think only Pompey, Seiya, the ultimate card from, oh god, I can't remember. I'll just put them all up on the screen right now, and Veronica from the most recent. What is it called? I'm having real trouble with names here. Regardless, I'll put them all up here. If there's no space, I'll put them down here. It's fine. But my point is that quite few cards have puzzle shield nullification, so that's very useful to have as a member card. And finally, Monk Hua. CD8, but as mentioned previously, he gets a CD reduction in CD5 because of the team skill if you put him in Zhurong's team. And this is kind of board destroying, but the real point is point 2. Other runestones have the effect of fire runestones, so you would be running at least 2 fire members in here if you run Zhurong as a leader and Wang Hua as a member. So this would be good when you can't dissolve fire runestones for whatever reason, and other runestones can help you out there with Monk Hua's active, because Zhurong depends heavily on fire runestones. And that is not it, because now we transition to the next slide. So free-to-play cards. There are 2 here. The one that Matt has translated is a new ultimate card of Valanth Water Elf CD6, a stat boost. The monster attack times 3, and also when all members have the same recovery basic value, attack of neighboring elves also times 3. So what I think this is going to relate to is the upcoming black card, the upcoming black card of the Dark Elf Pandora's Box. It might suggest that she has a team skill, something like a synchronized recovery basic value, like a synergy that has been seen before with like Tang Zhan and also the Fruities in their team skills. And if also the black card concentrates attack on itself, then this times 3 attack boost will boost it quite a lot. But if it's just by itself, then like this card's effectiveness as a stat booster is definitely worse than Jade, for example. So the card that Matt has not translated. Hold on a moment. Alright, we're back. It's the same series, the bi-weekly series that's going on right now. So CD6 Light Elf, you convert the runestones under the leader and ally to be light runestones, 4 of them. So you end up with 8 light runestones. That isn't too much of a board destroying thing, so it's okay. But the second point, delay the enemy's CD for 1 round. I mean, might come in handy because I don't think Elf has that right now, or very few have that. So I think this might come in handy, which is why like I put it here. Oh, and the reasoning for putting this the ultimate card right there is because I know it looks very strange. It's like 1/4 up to like fully farming, but I mean, if you do believe in the speculation that the upcoming black card will synergize with this new ultimate card, then like I think it's a worth farming target. But me personally, I would probably farm with normal stamina because nothing's really sure. I mean, news might come out like the next Thursday, and I might look like an idiot. Who knows? That's the end of the news review, though. And like, if you leave a like if you like this video, comment if you have something to say, and subscribe if you want more stuff like this, weekly videos. And I will see you next week, guys. Goodbye.